Okay, so Emily, I have loved seeing what you're doing with Mostly Greens. It's amazing. But I would love it if you could tell us a little bit about how you got started with all this. What was going on in your life? What did it look like before you dove into the world of microgreens?
Well, I think with most people at the beginning of COVID, things shifted. I've been at my current job, which is client service at a veterinary hospital for almost 7 years now, and I've been really happy. And then became a mom and sort of dealing with learning my identity with that and trying to find balance and find things that are fun and fulfilling for me have been challenging because I didn't realize how much I was putting myself aside for kiddo. Really depressed because I was used to having a really jam-packed life, and then all of a sudden that changed, and so that was hard. Got into something during COVID, and mine was a little bit later than like the bulk of everyone. But anyway, so I got into houseplants, and so then started following a lot of plant accounts on Instagram for learning and inspiration, and because I was into it, and so it's interesting. And then you popped up on my reels, and then you kept popping up, and so then I finally started following. And free webinar thing that was about like finding out if maybe it was going to be something that I would be interested in. And so learning a little bit more of that kind of made it something that I wanted to try to pursue. And so I started researching and watching videos from anyone and everyone on YouTube. I started listening to a podcast. I just sort of dove right into all things microgreens, and it was really overwhelming. And so I wanted to do your course or do a course is because I felt like I needed that structure, that sort of uh, organized instruction as far as, okay, do this, and do that, and do this, and do that. And then once I got the hang of it, then I could adjust as needed. But I needed something at least to get started because I felt too overwhelmed.
You
So
didn't have a big farming background. You hadn't
no, not at all.
but a
I
love for growing, a love for plants, and that sort of brought you into the world of microgreens. Well, tell me where you're at now. It's been not that long.
no.
Tell me about a little more about your microgreens business, Mostly
Mhm.
Greens.
Yeah, so it's been um just over 2 months since I planted my first strays. I think it was January 17th, 2022. Um, and I've been selling to family and friends, and then friends of friends, that kind of thing. I have one restaurant that I sell to, and then I'm going to be joining a CSA starting next week for doing 15 shares a week for 7 weeks. And then I will be doing more for their summer. And then I have been working with a distributor to do some bulk orders for some food access work, which is really exciting because one, it's bulk orders and that's fun and crazy and a lot. But it's really cool to be involved in something that is doing something to enrich my community. And so in a sense, it's a win-win, which is great. um, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been talking with another distributor for maybe doing some local smaller stores, independent stores. And so we'll see where that goes. So hopefully, because I'm kind of reaching capacity already. Oh, I also forgot, I'm also doing there's a meal delivery company near me, and I'm going to be doing some shares for them as like add-on items. So yeah.
Fantastic. That's
Oh,
amazing. So
sold some to a really small grocery co-op near me. And so, yeah, so I think that's all. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I like to ask people because I think this is a helpful question. If you could look back to yourself when you were kind of in that very beginning stages and you were starting to sort of do a little research, microgreens had kind of come onto your radar, but you weren't sure. What would you want to tell yourself?
I would want to tell myself that doing the class was 1,000% worth it. And then a reminder that I will surprise myself. And normally I'm really an anxious person and a lot of self-doubt and a lot of just timidness in terms of trying something new or going out of my comfort zone. And for whatever reason with this, thing that I would tell myself would be just go for it, because you never know what's going to happen. And that's what I did. So it has been wild these past 2 months already. It feels like it's been much longer. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I think that is super encouraging to other people, just to see how much you've grown personally, the risks you've taken and how they're already paying off. And so it's been really fun. I'm stoked to have another awesome female grower in the space. And so thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.